Hey there. Welcome to Starting Again with Cassandra. Let me ask you a question. When was the last time you woke up with a pit in your stomach, dreading to do something? When was the last time you tossed and turned on a Sunday night, hating to see Monday because of an upcoming conflict at work? A call you have to make, a bill you have to take care of, finding out if the answer is yes, praying that it's not no. How many times have you tossed and turned, feeling a big ball of fear just welled up in the pit of your stomach? We all go through those times. I've been through them many times. And I want to share some tips and tricks that will help get you out of that fearful mindset. The first thing I want to share with you are some absolute truth. Having fear does not make you all a coward. Being afraid does not make you weak. Having a bit of anxiety over the unknown is a normal part of being adult and doing this adulting thing. Having some fear is healthy because it's an indicator, hey, up ahead there may be something that we need to look out for. I found myself being a bit anxious the last few days. It's almost August. And then after August, September was coming. And I've got to put another round of applications and wait to get a call back for an interview. And right after the tornado hit, after I lost my job and I needed to get back into finding a job, a surprising thing I found is that it was hard for me to reach out because I said, what if somebody called me? All I could feel was terror, and all you could hear in my voice was fear. And I'm normally a confident person. I had a good time at work in almost 14 years. I knew exactly what I was doing. And when I didn't, I could fake it till I make it. But after the tornado, I found all of my pulling yourself up by the bootstraps tricks. They were all gone. I felt like such a small speck in the world. So when you're starting over, don't give yourself a hard time. Understand that this time, even though it's tough right now, you're going to get through it. You will get through it. The scary thing is, it feels like you'll never make it through it. It seems like you'll not find your way. You have no idea. Should I try this? Should I go here? Should I go there? And I was feeling like that this morning. And I have learned to get up when I'm feeling anxious or I'm afraid. I'm going to take that fear with me, toss it in the shower, and put it to work. So, what I want you to do today, instead of being discouraged, is to look up, move forward, get out of bed, make yourself some favorite beverage. Tell yourselves these truths: I can, I will, I have to. And then start taking steps towards figuring it out. Talk to yourself, that positive self talk, and ask yourself, why are you afraid? Why are you afraid to talk to him? Are you going to lose your job? More than likely not. Are you going to get your point across? Yes, make sure you get your point across. And even if you stand up for yourself and you lose your job, I think you can walk out of that meeting with your head high. What if you want to ask him or her out for coffee? What if they say no? What if they say yes? Even if they say no, You can feel good that you reached out to that person. You can cross somebody off the list who may not be your type. There are so many different things that you can do. Just do something and know that you got it. The greatest thing that you need to understand is that being afraid is a normal part of life. Getting 100 with yourself will do wonders for your psyche. Admit to a friend, man, I don't know if I can do it. Let them support you. Let them uplift you. Let them give you some positive affirmations. And if you try and you fail, at least you can say you tried. It's easy to feel so alone in the world these days, and trying to start my channel and encourage people. And my blog, I have, I think, 250 some odd people. And the last 100 I got within the last year. So for a long time, I was stuck on 40, and it was so momentous when I got up to 50 followers. I thought I hit the jackpot when I got to 100. So now I'm a bit over 250. And I was so fearful at first to try. And I said to myself, what if I sound stupid? What if I put this stuff out there and nobody reads it? For a long time, nobody did it. So I thought I didn't get any likes or clicks or followers or anything. It was so discouraging. But something said, right tomorrow, show up tomorrow. And I took my fear and I showed up and I wrote some things that sounded ridiculous and got no clicks and likes. And I was discouraged and said, well, just forget about it. But something in me said, try again tomorrow. So I woke up and fear was sitting at the end of the bed, and like nobody's going to care about you. Nobody cares about what you got to say or do. And I said, that's okay. Since you're up, go ahead and start the coffee. So I made fear start the coffee. Well, I jumped in the shower and I started again. I've learned how to take that with me. I took it with me with my job. When something was hard, I just told myself, Cassandra, you're going to figure it out some kind of way. And I would feel so stupid. I felt like such an idiot. I don't know what happened after I turned 50. When I had to learn something new at work, it seemed like it was 10 times harder. I don't know. It just something mentally happened after I turned 50 and I had to do something I had never done. I found myself talking to some older peers about it. They felt the same way. When I had to go into the hardest department, I promise you, I cried for 2 days straight. I went through the training. It was so foreign. I told them, you might as well be talking in gibberish or Russian. I couldn't understand it. And the teacher just kept saying, just trust me. Cassandra, just trust me. Just do what I'm telling you. You'll understand sooner or later. Just do what I'm telling you. I know you feel like an idiot. I know it doesn't sound like right, but you just do what I'm telling you. So I did what she said. I felt like a complete idiot. The first time I had to reach out and call this department, take care of something for a customer, and was talking to them. It was about insurance, and I needed to know all this information. I had no clue. And so the person that I called to talk to knew I had not the foggiest idea. and she hung up on me. I cried in front of the class. I didn't care. I cried. I cried. When I say I boohoo, I cried like the world had ended. When I got off of work, I was so despondent. I said, I can't go back tomorrow feeling that way. I felt hopeless. I said, I'm in my 50s. I take care of myself. I can't quit. I can't afford to quit. I had to go back and face that beast the next day. I cried all evening. And I could just see fear at the end of the bed. Just ha ha ha, ha ha ha. What are you going to do tomorrow? In the middle of the night, I lay there. I couldn't sleep. I only had a few hours ago. I said I could call in. I don't have to go to work. I don't have to do the training. But I had another long talk with myself, like Cassandra. So if you call in that day, that training's going to be waiting for you the next day, the next day, the next day. You can't call in every day. So I got up the next day. I drug fear in the shower, tossed it in there. I did the training. It was still hard. The day after that, it was still hard. The day after that, it was still hard. But I found I was getting stronger. I was getting more comfortable. And eventually, it really did become easy. I found myself sitting there. I was so excited. I realized I was doing that. She did that thing, and I was just so swole with pride. That's a good memory. So if you find yourself stuck and afraid and you're waiting for the fear to pass before you start, you might as well forget about that. Those feelings are not going to pass. However, you can get through it. You're going to have to just buck it up, suck it up, buttercup, pull yourself up by the bootstraps, as they say. Take fear with you, take anxiety, whatever emotion that you have, take it with you and give it all you got. And then start again if you have to. And then start over again if you have to. And then start over again if you have to. I have had to redo many voiceovers, and two of them didn't come out quite right. It was the best I could do. I said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and post the episodes. So it's episodes, I think 2 and 3, and maybe 3 and 4. Anyway, the last two, the audio for whatever reason just was just a bit on the garbled side. I don't know if because of the heat wave that we're going through, and I'm recording sitting in a sauna bath. I said, you know what? I have something of value to share. I'm going to share the best that I know. I know that I am trying to drive a car that I'm building. So just bear with me as I'm building my car and presenting something, hopefully of value to you and to others. I find that in doing that, it's helping me. I'm hoping to encourage many, many people over 50 and those younger, 40, 30, no matter what age you are, we all have to fight with fear at some time or another. That's one thing that I still fight with my big bro, one of them, about that said you don't have to be afraid. And if you know everything within you, you're not going to be afraid. And what he says is true, but we carry this treasure in earthen vessels, like the Bible says. So there are going to be times when we are feeling shaky. Just stop round to let you know it's okay. It's okay to feel fear. It's okay to be afraid. What's not okay is allowing fear to keep you stuck where you are. The only way To move forward is to move forward. Yes, it can be terrifying to leave your comfortable spot because you think, what if where I'm going is 10 times worse than where I left? My question to you is, what if where you're going is 100 times better than where you are? You'll never know. And even if you get there and you're disappointed, it's not what you thought it would be, you still had the pleasure of the journey. So I am enjoying the journey. As I'm recording this, I forgot what it was I was afraid of this morning. The more I moved around and did my processes and had my coffee, did some dishes, just a few of them, took care of the trash, doing those regular, ordinary things, that fear started to dissipate. Or else maybe it's because I stopped focusing on the gloom and doom, what could happen. And I'm reframing myself. I'm reframing things. Instead of saying I had a frustrating day today because nothing's working, I say I'm having a challenging day. So do that for yourself. Reframe your day. You're not a helpless victim. There are things that you can do. There are things that you can try. There are people that you can talk to. There are people who will listen and who will help you. I'm going to ask yourself one last question. What's the worst that could happen? What's the worst that could happen? Okay, you could die. Well, if you're dead, then you have to worry about the issue anyway. Okay, you got fired. Well, there was you were looking for a job before you found that one. He will say no. Okay, well, you got a no out the way. She'll say no. Okay, well, you got another no out the way. We got millions of no's to get out the way before we can get to our yes. We will find that yes. I know I will. I wanted to check to see if I had any more views and found out I didn't. I just laughed. Before I was so devastated. And I asked myself, what if nobody, you build this empire and nobody comes to visit? You know what? I would have left a legacy. I've shined my light. I was a light. So I encourage you to be a light. I thank you so much for giving me the pleasure of your time and company. Please let me know what you think in the comments. Also, too, go over to my Why Can't I Be Loud at WordPress.com blog where I encourage you there on the daily. I've got some nice things in there that had me cracking up. I make myself laugh. Also, my new Substack Heart Connection where I'm trying to make heart connections. Lastly, I want to encourage you. I say be encouraged every day. And our motto, we're going to find a way. We're going to make a way. We are going to be the way. Know that you are worthy. You are worthwhile. You are so worth it. There is only one you. You are unique. You are awesome. You are amazing. Now you get out there, have a fantastic rest of your day. I can't wait to talk to you the next time. I have some exciting things that I'll be talking to you about to help you deal with all kinds of anxiety. We're talking more about fear, starting new relationships, ending old relationships, how to move forward when things didn't work out, what to do when things have worked out. Thank you again for your time. I'll see you back here. Until next time. Remember, we got this, y'all. We got this. We're going to do it.